I'm proud to present the next generation music listening experience on WebOS, Music Player Remix. The goal of Music Player Remix is to simplify the way you access and manage your music by implementing many features, some subtle and some completely revolutionary. There's a lot to cover, so let's get started. First, let's talk about the home screen. You can pin songs, albums, artists, genres, or playlists directly to the home screen so you have one-touch easy access to your favorite music, and hence they're called faves. To do this, you go to any screen and tap on the plus icon next to an item. So in this case, I'm choosing an album, and I'm going to fave it, go back to the home screen, and there you have it. It's right at the top. Let me show you something else that has really become one of my favorite features. It's called auto lists. Auto lists are playlists that are generated automatically based upon your listening habits. You can list out your most played songs, your recently played songs, or even your not so recently played songs. And for each of these auto lists, you can choose your criteria. So for chart toppers, I may want to listen to my top 10 songs, or I may want to do an extended mix and do my top 50 songs. Let's go back to the home screen. Let's talk about customization options. There are a ton of ways to customize this app, and many of these options came from feedback that I received from people that use the homebrew version of this app. Most of the customization options are found on the app's preferences screen, available under the app menu, but there are a few that I included directly on the home screen, because these are things that people are potentially going to be toggling on a more regular basis. The first one is for toggling whether or not the screen stays on when you're using the app. So you can decide to keep it on if you're going to be listening to music for an extended period of time. The second one is to lock or unlock screen orientation. So every single screen within Music Player Remix is optimized for both portrait or landscape viewing. And when I say every single screen, it's not an exaggeration, every single screen. But there are times when you want to lock it in either portrait or landscape, depending upon what you're doing, and you don't want it to be switching around. I can go ahead and do that, and it's going to be locked. The third option is a sleep timer. So if you want to fall asleep to your music, and in 30 minutes, have it count down and stop your music, you can do that. I'll go ahead and cancel that. Hopefully this video won't last 30 minutes, but you never know. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to the preferences screen and show you some of the other options. I'm not going to talk about every single thing because there's too many things on here. But you see that there's 4 pages worth of various options that you can set within the app. Well, the one thing I am going to talk about is wallpaper options. So one of the most popular features within the homebrew version of this app has been wallpaper customization. There are many different ways you can do this. You can choose your own wallpaper image, and it brings up a photo list. You can use the device's wallpaper, and when you do that, so this one I have as a rock, so let me show you that real quick. You'll notice, now what you'll notice here when I minimize it, it actually appears to be semi-transparent. If you see through there, you can see the rocks. So it's a really cool effect. You can also randomize your wallpaper, and it just chooses a random wallpaper. Or you can restore it to the one that's built in directly into the app. You can also set the wallpaper of the mini player. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a mini player? Well, let me show you. So let's go ahead and go start some music. I'll go to the now playing screen. So right now we're playing Santana Smooth. And let me go ahead and minimize the app. And what you're going to see is you're going to see 3 different icons down here. And if you tap on them, the mini player comes up. And what the mini player is a minimized version of the app that you can access while accessing other apps. So it's a one-touch, quick, easy way to control your music. And there are 3 different modules within the mini player. And the first one is your scrubber bar, which is, by the way, interactive. I can choose to scrub through my music. The second one allows you to go to the next song, to the previous song, or you can pause or play your music. The third one is called Playlist Preview. And what you can do is, while you're playing music, you can preview through your playlist. And if you find something you like, go ahead and switch to it. So this is the mini player, and all three modules are customizable by you. So if you don't want to use the playlist preview, you can set it up on the preferences screen to only use these two. Or, you know, if you don't want to use any modules of the mini player, you don't want to use the mini player at all for some reason, you can customize that as well. But let me go ahead and go back. So let's see, what else? Oh, speaking of playlist preview, you could do that from here as well. So if I'm swiping, I could just start swiping through my music. And as the current song is playing, let me go ahead and play it. You'll see that it's just swiping through my playlist, and I can see what's coming up next. Now, if I find a song I like, I can just go ahead and tap on it, and it's going to start playing. Or, if I find something that I want to play next in the playlist, but I don't want to interrupt the current song, I can swipe up, and it's going to cue to play next. So let me show you that, and there it is, it's playing next. Or, on the opposite end, if I've listened to the song a million times and I don't want to listen to it right now, I can swipe down and it's going to move it to the end of the playlist. So now it's not going to bother me as I'm listening to this playlist. So let's see, what else? There are a ton of functions up here that will allow you to do some really cool things. The first one is to minimize the app. So let me go ahead and minimize it. And what it's going to do is it's going to push it down into the mini player, and you're going to lose your card completely. So this runs in a very efficient mode and lets you run other apps without having your card open. And you can still play your music and access your playlist as if the app was still running, which is very cool. And if I want to go back, just tap on the headphones, and I'm back in business. Let me pause that. Okay. And so that's the first one. The second one gives you some really cool options. First, you can add the song to the fly list. I don't know if I've talked about fly lists. I forget. It's been a few minutes since I started this video. So bear with me if I've talked about fly lists. Excuse me. But a fly list, let me talk about that real quick. A fly list is a playlist that you create on the device on the fly. And so they're custom playlists that you can create, and you can add anything you want to a fly list. You can add songs, artists, genres, albums, or even synced playlists. And incidentally, if you add, let's say, an album to a fly list, and later on you add new songs to that album to the device, it's going to automatically update in the fly list. So they're incredibly powerful. You can also reorder items within the fly list. And let me add a new fly list real quick. Let's see, rock songs. You can also reorder your fly lists on your fly list screen. But let me go ahead and go back to the now playing. You can also add the song to the faves list. Another cool thing you could do is post the song to either Twitter or Facebook. And when you do that, your followers on Twitter or Facebook will be able to see not only the song that you're playing, but it's going to post a link to the YouTube video of this song, so they can listen to the song or watch the video of the song, which is really cool. And incidentally, there's a screen on here called Discovery. And what Discovery does is list out every single song that other Music Player Remix users are posting to either Twitter or Facebook. And as you can see, there's a ton of people that have been using the Homebrew app and a ton of songs being posted. And if I tap on any one of them, it's going to load up the YouTube video of that song. So let's see. All right, pretty cool. Let's go back. All right, the next icon is for lyrics. Now let me show you something. So I can view the lyrics of this song. Let's see. Oh, Julie Andrews, very nice. But if I consider myself maybe a good singer, or if I consider myself a bad singer, but I still like to do karaoke, I can do that from the screen, which is a really unique feature. I just go ahead and tap on this, and it's going to start playing the song, if you can hear it. And I can start singing along, which I'm not going to do right now, but I'll talk. And let me go ahead and stop, and you'll hear me talking. Start playing the song. Now, imagine I would have be singing to the song. But anyways, let me go back to the home screen. And from here, I can listen to my karaoke sessions. And of course, I could delete one as well. And so it's a fun way to really enjoy your music. And so the way that I use it is when I'm in the car, I'll just turn on karaoke mode real quick, and I'll just start singing along to my favorite songs. And it's just fun to listen to yourself afterwards and kind of make fun of yourself. Let's see, what else do we have? We have bookmarks. So let me go ahead and start playing. And if you have a favorite part of a song, go ahead and bookmark it. Or, you know, you could be listening to an audiobook and want to save chapters at a particular section. And you'll notice that there's a little chapter marker at the bottom on the scrubber bar. Let me go ahead and save another one. And so anytime you load a song that has bookmarks, it's going to show them down here. And besides being a visual cue that there are bookmarks on the song, also when you hit next, it goes to that bookmark. And it'll traverse all the bookmarks. So you can easily go back to where you were in a particular song. This icon lets you see what your current playlist looks like. And incidentally, you can also do that by swiping here. This icon right here is to bring up the help screen. And you could do this from any of the app's screens. There's a question mark at the top of every single screen. And this gets you access to some help information, including video tutorials, an FAQ, and then of course all the different ways of contacting me. So let's see, what's next? Oh, let me show you something. Now you've noticed during the video that I've been using a few little gestures, like I've used one up here to go back to the home screen. I used this one to go to the now playing screen. Let me show you another really cool hidden gesture. When I'm on the now playing screen and I tap the song information, this brings me directly to this album that this song is part of. And apparently I haven't found album information. Let me go back. Let's see. Let's see if I have album information here. Okay, so this one has it. You'll notice that the release date of the album is shown here, the record label, and the artist's website, which I can click on. And you have the album art as well as all the songs on this album. So from here, when I'm listening to a particular song and I want to bring up that album within the current playlist, I can hit the plus icon and I can add that whole album to the current playlist, or I can add individual songs to the current playlist. Also, if I tap on the album art, let's say the album art is missing for this particular album, you'll notice that a list of songs or a list of album art appears that I can select and assign to this album. So then when I go back here, you now have the new album art. Let's see. And speaking of hidden features, as I mentioned before, one of the sections on the help screen is a hidden feature section, and it shows you all the different things that you have within the app that really are kind of shortcuts and, you know, easy ways to access different things. Let's see. There's a lot to cover. Is there anything else I'd like to talk about? I talked about Discovery, Autolist, Karaoke, Fly lists. Oh, let me talk about bookmarks. So this is the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video. There are a ton of features in this app, and probably this video is too long as it is. But let me talk about bookmarks real quick. There are tons of different ways to save bookmarks. There's automatic bookmarks and manual bookmarks. And these are the manual bookmarks. When you exit the app, it's automatically going to save a bookmark. So you could resume where you last left off. Also, anytime you're within a playlist or a fly list, it's going to save where you last left off within that fly list, and you can resume it right here. So there are tons of ways to get back to where you were when you're listening to something. Thank you for watching this video. Like I said, I probably didn't cover everything that I wanted to cover, but I just wanted to give you guys an overview of all the different things that you can do with Music Player Remix. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy using the app and just have a lot of fun with it.